how to be a martial artist at home. You can always make your own wooden dummy. My grandpa made this wooden dummy for me a long time ago, and it's a great way to train in martial arts. I use boxing, karate, Wing Chun, Jeet Kune on it. Usually, mostly like Jeet Kune tactics on it. And I've learned a lot of stuff out of Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune fighting method to Bruce Lee's style of Jeet Kune and the complementary ways of Jeet Kune and the Tao of Kung Fu. And well, all those books have taught me in Kung Fu, Bruce Lee's art was his wooden dummy training. And basically all it was basically learning how to trap with the hands, learning how to block, learn how to do different strikes with a wooden dummy, how to learn defense. And especially when you don't have a training partner, he said this is what, in the Tao of Kung Fu, he said, if you don't have a training partner, a wooden dummy would help you progress in your skill. And because it teaches you to learn how to defend, counter, be defensive, offensive, and everything. So that's what I love about training on a wooden dummy. I mean, yes, it don't hit back, but because it's made of wood. But all Chinese martial artists uses. Look at Jackie Chan. Look at Donnie Yen. Look at Sam Ho Young. To Tony Jaa. To Jackie Wu, and all those great martial artists. I've seen them use the wooden dummy, and I'm surprised how well and how fast they are on it. And I've seen a lot of other people use the wooden dummy in their training, and a lot of times I would watch a lot of videos online on how to use the wooden dummy and stuff, kind of like get ideas to work on. I might, incorporate it in my boxing. I might incorporate it with Wing Chun, on what I've learned from Wing Chun. I might incorporate it into my Jeet Kune training when it comes to Wing Chun training, wooden dummy training time. And plus, it helps me work on my blocks. It helps me work on my defense and countering. That's what I love about the wooden dummy. It helps you learn defense instead of offensive all the time. And a lot of people don't really see it as a tool to train with. But they're wrong. Shaolin Kung Fu people, Shaolin monks, I mean, they use this device to train. And I mean, you see it in Kung Fu movies where people would train on the wooden dummy. And to get strong, to learn how to fight, and like do hard style kung fu, and that's what I always called it. I mean, when I would always train on the wooden dummy, it'd be more of like hard style of kung fu. That's what wooden dummy training is. It's about hard style kung fu. It's about toughening your techniques up when you're training on it. You're toughening your techniques up to get better at it. And I said the reason why I use MMA gloves, because when I punch it for real. And I don't really want to break my hands, so I don't have insurance right now or nothing. So I do it with gloves on, MMA gloves on, to work on my strikes with my hands. And stuff like that. And then another thing is I wear shoes all the time in my training, because the way I train is that I wear shoes because the reason why I wear tennis shoes all the time is because you're never going to be barefooted in a fight unless if you're asleep at night and somebody breaks into your house. That's one thing. And I said, but other than that, I said you're mostly in your shoes all the time during the day, maybe halfway through the night until you get home. Just depends what time you get home, then you take your shoes off. I said, but other than that, you're mostly in your shoes all the time. I said, so I figured, well, if I could train with my shoes on and get used to doing my techniques with my shoes on, I wouldn't have to worry about learning to kick with them. I wouldn't have to worry about to kick with them in a real fight, defend myself, and everything else. And that's another reason why I love doing the wooden dummy. That's another reason why it helps. Like the way I do it just to, like if I'm having a rough day, bad day, or something like that, I do it to clear my mind. Because when I'm doing like blocking and striking techniques, I'm blocking and punching at my thoughts. That's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing is to free my mind from negative thoughts and from freeing my mind from stress. So that's what I love about training on the wooden dummy, because there's more to it than what you think. There is a spiritual side of it when you're training on the wooden dummy. It's not just a tool to train in combat, but it can teach you things as well. And plus, it can teach you something about yourself too, especially when you're learning different combination drills on the wooden dummy with trapping, striking, blocking, and kicking, striking, doing all the above, learning how to do behind the leg sweep tactics and everything, and like hip throws and stuff like that. That's what I use that leg for, is basically I would wrap behind my calves on the leg, and I learned to like do foot sweeps and from karate on it, and that's what I would do, or do foot sweeps from Muay Thai on it, and so a lot of times, or I would practice like a savate, inward, downward shin kick on it, or downward knee kick to, like a side kick to the knee, or something like that. Or I might do like a side kick, or I might do front kicks on it. I'll never do roundhouse kicks on it. Only time I do roundhouse kicks is like either in the air or on the heavy bag. That's the only time I do my round kicks on. But like my front kicks, side kicks, the oblique kick, those kicks I practice on the wooden dummy all the time. But the roundhouse kick I don't do, and I might once in a while I might do knee strikes on it on the dummy. It just depends on like what mood I'm in. In some of my older videos, you have seen me do knee strikes and stuff like that, adding elbows into it and everything else. But here lately, I just kind of been like doing it like basically just practicing blocking and striking and everything like that in my training and stuff like that. So that's another reason why I love using the wooden dummy. It's because it helps you train. It helps you train to get better at something when you don't have a partner. And heck, I've seen a lot of Jackie Chan movies when I was younger, seeing him doing it. It just fascinated me on how he maneuvered around that wooden dummy. And like, especially off the Mr. Nice Guy movie. That movie was like the best wooden dummy movie there ever is. Another one was with Samuel Young Descendants of Wing Chun. That one was a good movie. Um, Donnie Yen, It Man, that was another good movie. Um, It Man 1 through 4, all four of those movies were good. There was another remake of It Man. Um, didn't have Donnie Yen in it, but it was basically how he started out and to learn It Man was started how he started to learn Wing Chun Kung Fu. So I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a good movie, and I think I used to have it, but I'm not too for sure in my collection. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good movie too, and I liked it how he did the training in the Wing Chun system as well in that movie, and the kid was phenomenal in it. And but it's just only movies. I mean, yes, you can train like the people like in real life off the movies, but you can't. Actually do it in real life for self-defense because it's just movies. But like if you're training to do self-defense, you're gonna actually use what you know on the wooden dummy for real life situations. I mean, because you're teaching yourself how to block, you're teaching yourself how to counter and block, strike, and that's what I love about the wooden dummy. It's more about defense than offense. The heavy bag, the way I see it, is more about offense and head movements and drilling, and the speed bag is more about hand-eye coordination and timing and rhythm, and um, more about keeping your hands up, and like if you tie a rope to a pole in your heavy bag at a gym or something like that, or tape a piece of toilet paper to one end of the wall to the other part of the wall to your house in the living room or something like that. The rope is good for like learning bobbing and weaving drills and stuff like that while adding punches into it and everything else. So there's all kinds of different ways to train in fighting. I mean, there's just not one thing to train in. I mean, you do pad work. I love doing pad work, but the thing of it is, I don't have no one to train in pads. I mean, I used to, but he quit training with me a long time ago, and me and him have never even talked ever since. Because me and him got into a big argument on something, and I don't really want to get into the whole detail on that. But I moved on from it, and so it's just all water under the bridge in the past, moving on. But I did like doing pad work, but the thing with it is I have a hard time finding people to hold the pads for me when I want to train them on the pads. And I said that's my one problem. But other than that, I mean, wooden dummy is a great way to work out. Train your punches to be stronger. Train your forearms to be strong. That's what I love about doing the wooden dummy, because it helps toughen your forearms up and everything. And the thing of it is, I remember when I did Taekwondo, my instructor one time, he was shocked on my forearm strength, because he would always hit my forearms he would do like blocking drills, and he would hit my forearm so hard that I wouldn't even flinch on it, and it was just easy for me. And he would hit my forearms full power and stuff, and while doing the blocking drills and horse stance, and we would like go around doing like footwork with the blocking drills. like doing outer block, inner block, high block, like with countering, striking, and stuff like that. And my Taekwondo instructor, he was really good at defense, and he taught me a lot about defense and everything, and countering. And so I would always use what he taught me on the wooden dummies. So that's how I learned to learn the wooden dummy, was by learning like blocking drills, like with a partner, where you would bash your forearms against their forearms until it hurts. Which I could do that drill all day long, and it would never affect me. And I said that's just how good I was at martial arts. I said when I trained in martial arts, I never let anything bother me. I just did, and did what I could, and to get better at things and to get stronger. And that's what martial arts is about. It's by making yourself strong. It's about learning to defend your family, learning to defend your loved ones, plus learning to defend yourself. And most of all is to have honor in what you do. So there you have it, Seth Martial Art Fitness. Please still like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Train hard, train smart, and do your research. And please still like, subscribe, hit the bell, hit all on the bell. You'll get every one of my videos, and I'll see you in the next video.